Tonight, we're reviewing the new independent horror film Obsession, a psychological horror movie created by YouTubers that somehow feels way bigger than you'd expect. And honestly, this movie got under our skin way more than we thought it would.
I'm Cody.
And I'm Holly.
We review new releases so you don't waste your time or money, and by the end of this review, you'll know whether this one's worth watching. So what's this movie about? This stars Michael Johnston and Indy Navarrete. It was written, directed, and edited by Curry Barker from the YouTube channel That's a Bad Idea. His co-star from that channel, Cooper Tomlinson, is also in the film. It runs about an hour and 45 minutes and released in theaters May 15th, 2026. The basic setup of this film is about a guy who uses a supernatural object to make the girl he loves fall for him. But things spiral into obsession, emotional instability, and eventually full psychological horror. And the movie wastes absolutely no time getting into it.
Story and pacing. One thing we both noticed immediately was how engaging this movie was right from the beginning.
Yeah.
There's a scene early on where the cashier selling the wish-making device basically warns him that people have died using it, or wished they were dead afterward. And from there, the tension pretty much never fully stops.
Yeah, this movie constantly puts you in uncomfortable emotional situations and then just makes you sit there with them. It's not non-stop jump scares or non-stop chaos, but it is non-stop tension. Even during quieter scenes, something feels wrong. And honestly, some moments had me sitting there wide-eyed. I was seriously like...
And I was actually very uncomfortable, but in a good way, I would say, throughout this entire movie.
Yeah, not uncomfortable like someone staring at you in a restaurant or someone you don't want to touch you is touching you, but uncomfortable like you're watching a horror movie and you're enjoying it.
Yeah. What I liked was that the movie keeps escalating emotionally instead of just relying on gore and loud horror moments. It starts feeling awkward and emotional, then slowly becomes unsettling, then eventually becomes genuinely disturbing.
Yeah.
Characters and performances. This was actually one of the most surprising parts of the movie for me. At first, we both thought some of the acting felt a little rough, but weirdly enough, the performance improved dramatically as the movie goes on.
To the point where I actually wondered if the movie was shot chronologically, because the emotional tension ramps up, the performances really became convincing, especially Indy Navarrete. She plays the transition from normal to emotionally unstable to terrifying obsession incredibly well.
She was amazing. Like, I personally never seen her before, but she was amazing in this movie.
I mean, I follow the YouTube channel, but that's just the two guys. I've never seen that girl before, ever, or the main character.
She was an amazing actress. And Michael Johnston really sells the fear and insecurity once things start spiraling. The relationship becomes uncomfortable in a very believable way.
Honestly, some of the behavior in this movie reminded me of relationships I've seen in real life, which somehow makes it creepier.
Visuals. For an independent horror film, this movie actually looks really good.
Seriously.
There are several eerie shots and uncomfortable close-up moments that stick with you.
And the movie understands atmosphere. A lot of the scenes feel emotionally claustrophobic even when nothing violent is happening.
Sound and music. The sound design really helps build tension. There were moments where the silence itself made scenes uncomfortable.
And thankfully, the movie doesn't overuse loud horror stings every 5 seconds.
Yeah.
It trusts the emotional tension enough to let scenes breathe.
As for music, Gen Z will really enjoy the soundtrack.
Yeah.
Emotional reactions. The biggest emotions for me were tension and discomfort, but there were also a few genuinely funny moments that helped break things up.
For me, it was anxiety. The movie creates this constant feeling that something emotionally bad is about to happen, and when the obsession fully kicks in, it gets pretty intense.
Now, overall impact. One thing this movie did really well was turning love and emotional dependency into horror. That's what makes it memorable. You'll continue to think about this film when it's over.
And I also respect the ambition. This is an independent horror movie created by YouTubers that got picked up for theatrical distribution. That's honestly really awesome to see.
If we had just one criticism, it's probably that the opening performances may throw some people off at first, but stick with it because the movie gets significantly stronger as it goes on.
Yeah. Movies I'd loosely compare it to would be psychological relationship horror films like Smile, Hereditary, or even Gone Girl in certain emotional moments. Not because they're identical, but because of the emotional discomfort and manipulation themes.
Yeah. Final thoughts. My favorite element was definitely the emotional tension.
Yeah.
This movie knows how to make situations feel painfully uncomfortable.
Yeah, it does.
But again, it's in a good way, I would say, because you're feeling it come out of the movie.
I mean, like we always say, any film that can make you feel something is a good film.
Yeah, exactly.
Unless it makes you feel boredom, then no.
Yeah, you don't want boredom.
My favorite part was honestly seeing indie creators make something this ambitious and have it actually work. It officially came out a day ago, and they've already made 7 times their budget. This will officially launch probably Monday, the 18th. So it's been out since Friday. So I don't know when you'll see this. So it's been out for a few days, and they've just since today, we're recording this on Saturday night, they've made 7 times their budget.
Applaud.
That's incredible. Which they only did $750,000 to $1 million was their budget. So that's great.
Now for me, my least favorite element, probably the uneven acting during the opening portion, which I've said that already. But again, it improves a lot.
It's such a short span, and then a freaking switch is flipped and you're just like, whoa, what happened?
Yeah.
Did they all go to acting class and nail it? I mean, it gets really good.
Because at first I was sitting there and him and I were talking, kind of whispering to each other, and I was like, okay, what's going on? What's with the acting? And then all of a sudden I was like, whoa, what is happening?
Like
The
literally
acting.
everybody improves on the acting. Everyone. Andy Richter's in this, by the way.
Yeah.
Overall, we really enjoyed this film.
Yeah. Now for the recommendation. For us, this is definitely a theater recommendation. Not just because we think it's a good horror movie, but because supporting indie creators making original horror like this is important too.
Yes.
Now off to the comment section. Would you like to ask that question?
What's your favorite psychological horror movie? You?
Mine's probably Longlegs with Nicolas Cage, and I'm looking forward to the second one that is out January 2028.
They're saying it's not a direct sequel, but it's part of the Longlegs universe.
Yeah.
Whatever that's supposed to mean. For me, I'd probably go with The Sixth Sense. That movie's brilliant. It's one of the few movies from M. Night Shyamalan that I don't absolutely hate.
All right, thank you guys so much for joining us on this awesome couch right here, and don't forget, you matter to us.
Subscribe to this channel for weekly reviews. See you in the next review.
Bye, guys.